This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Look around. What do you see? Cars, lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends. Did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars and used cars, electric cars. And one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions of options to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it. AutoTrader.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning, Rockaholics, and happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Yesterday was just a glorious day for golf.
How the hell are we doing a show today after yesterday?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, just didn't want to leave the Miles Montgomery Classic, and shout out to all the Rockaholics who were there as well. That was so much fun.
What a fun way to kick off the week. I mean, we really set the bar high.
No, it's a terrible way to kick off the week because nothing else is going to compare to it. And I got to say, I thought it'd be fun, but I was like, golf sucks. I'm not a big fan of golf.
Wow.
Am I the only one in this room? I didn't see anybody else like going crazy over grabbing a putter.
I mean, it's not my game, but I had fun walking around.
That's what I was going to say. Everything but the golf part. Like, I had a blast hanging out with the Rockaholics, stopping at each hole, visiting all the great clients that were like having drinks up on the Trapper Sushi, all the other stuff. Like, the entire vibe was great. The weather was awesome. Yeah,
couldn't ask for anything more.
But I didn't miss, like, trying to hit a ball.
Fun fact, though, do you know what golfers like to do on Friday nights?
What do they like to do?
Clubbing.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Nice job.
Let's inform the Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
So do you have these jokes handy, or do you like wake up in the morning and think, okay, I might have to say something about golf, so let me find a couple more dad jokes?
You know, I like to look up some dad jokes from time to time.
Yeah, it's impressive. Your retention for these bad golf dad jokes is pretty phenomenal.
Oh, I'll be here all morning.
I'm very fortunate of that. I think we're both hashtag blessed.
Of course.
Hey, the DMV is brought to you by Palace Law. It's National Iced Tea Day. Okay. Do you have an iced tea? No, you don't. You're not a big fan.
I never liked iced tea.
Not even Snapple?
No. I mean, not really. It's not my jam. I do like hot tea.
Okay. Well, it's iced tea day today, though.
Well, so I can't have hot tea.
No, unless you put ice cubes in it. Danny, were you an iced tea guy? I feel like you were an Arizona iced tea guy.
No, actually, never did the Arizona. I'm just a regular, unsweet iced tea person.
Oh.
I do not like the sweet tea.
I'm always so let down when I order an ice. Not that I order it a lot, but in the past when I've ordered iced teas thinking that it was going to come sweetened and it's not, you're like, yo, you forgot a part of this iced tea where it tastes good.
You know what I was when I was a kid, though? Brisk.
Brisk.
The brisk iced tea in the can. Oh, that was my jam.
See, I was a Snapple guy.
You guys are so cute.
Wow.
Just going to tea parties and stuff together.
Pinkies up.
Yeah.
What's up? You know how it goes. Hey, you're a Seattle Mariners. Again, I get sucked into the game. They tie it up. It's 4-4. And I'm like, then I'm in that weird choose your own adventure. Do I go to bed or do I keep watching this game that's going to go into extra innings? Thankfully, I chose to go to bed because they ended up losing in the 11th with a big grand slam as the Arizona Diamondbacks ended up beating the Mariners 8-4. We're now one game over 500. Hopefully things get turned around. The pitching hasn't been great, but also a lot of our pitching has been injured. So I'm willing to give them a pass, but at some point, we need to get nervous about this team because, you know, the Houston Astros are going to keep getting a little bit further and further from us, and we just wasted a really good few months for the Seattle Mariners.
This is supposed to be our year, guys.
It still is.
Come on. The Florida Panthers absolutely dominated last night over the Edmonton Oilers. Of course, that's my son's new favorite team, the Oilers. So he was very disappointed over that 6-1 loss. So much so.
It wasn't showtime last night.
We turned it off with probably about maybe 10 minutes left in the third period.
Oh, I turned it off when it was 4-1.
It was awful.
I was like, this team is just they're being bullied.
I mean, and they scored early, too, and it was just a downhill slide from there.
This is the team. Okay, this is not really like a hot take or anything like that because I'm hoping that the Seattle Kraken can one day become a team that's a Stanley Cup contender, in fact, a Stanley Cup winner. But the Florida Panthers, if they weren't playing the Oilers, I'd be so hyped on them because they're exactly what I would love to see our team be. Just tough, willing to get under the skin of the other team. I mean, the Oilers just they just seemed like they couldn't keep their emotions in check.
No.
And the Panthers, I mean, when you got Brad Marchand, who's just he might go down as Mount Rushmore douche hockey player of all time. He's that kind of guy that gets under your skin. And boy, did he get under the skin of the Edmonton Oilers. The whole team did. It was just a terrible performance.
Game 4 is happening Thursday night.
Well, speaking of the Kraken, they did introduce their head coach yesterday with Lane Lambert. He did a big press conference talking about the team. Here's how he addressed the media when he first sat down with everybody to talk about what the future holds for our Seattle Kraken.
Ecstatic to be here, obviously. It's a thrilling day for myself and my family. And welcome to everyone in here. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Samantha Holloway, ownership group, and Ron Francis, our president, Jason Botterill, our general manager.
He sounds fired up.
He does. So much enthusiasm.
I've never been more excited to be a Seattle Kraken fan. What are we expecting? He's going to be popping confetti, chugging some wine. Let's go, boys. We got this year. But he does say that, he's excited and that losing is not an option, all that kind of, he just basically says his goal is to make the playoffs with the Seattle Kraken, which I think is what you'd expect any coach to say when they're doing a press conference as the new coach of the team. Hey, as far as weather, we're hitting a high of 79 degrees. It's going to be a nice sunny day today. The nice weather continues, Taryn. The DMV is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and that's what's up.
The Daily Migs Show.
Daily Migs Show.
We're going to be at the Mariners game 1 week from tomorrow, and it's a Red Sox game, a day game. Take the day off work. Play hooky with us. $2 of every ticket sold is benefiting the National MS Society, and we have the hookup on discounted tickets at KISW.com.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
But teacher, when are we ever going to use math in the real world?
With Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on AutoTrader, you don't have to. At least not car math. Hit the road with confidence knowing exactly what you're going to pay each month for your car. AutoTrader.
A man from India was arrested at the Mumbai airport. Customs officials found 47 venomous snakes, vipers, other rare reptiles in his luggage.
What?
47.
I mean, some just pack underwear and some pants. Other people, I guess, apparently just try and smuggle a crap ton of venomous snakes.
I think 4 or 7 sounds like a lot, but 47 is a crap ton of snakes.
I think 1 sounds like 1 too many.
This is a news report on it.
The Mumbai Customs Department intercepted an Indian passenger for allegedly smuggling a large number of exotic reptiles and turtles to India. 44 Indonesian pit vipers, 5 Asian leaf turtles, and 3 spider-tailed horned vipers were seized from the airport.
I don't mean to laugh, because while we're listening to that clip, Danny, I don't know if you were paying attention to our friend Taryn Daly over here. She just kept shaking her head no, like aggressively, like nope, nope. Not having it.
She was also shaking a little bit. I feel like she was getting a little nervous tick there.
So this, I know we've talked about this before, but this unnerves you.
Yes.
Have you seen the pictures of the snakes?
Yes.
And so here, like,
Oh
and
my
I love,
God.
I love the news report. They had to put like real suspenseful music as they showed the snakes, and they made sure that the tongue's sticking out. Look at all those snakes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so out on that. We even
See, I'm kind of in with this music bed though. Oh, that one looks gnarly.
We even saw, like, what do they call those things? A ball python on like a news thing last night. I don't want anything to do with any of that.
What about these? The turtles that they're showing. Those are kind of adorable.
Turtles are kind of fine.
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
You're fine if you open up somebody's luggage and you saw some turtles.
Oh, yeah, that would not bother me. But snakes, yeah, they just I don't know, there's like an unpredictable, an unpredictability about snakes.
Would you say that's like the top tier scare the living S out of you thing?
I think that's definitely, that's the thing I'm the most scared of. I have no issue with like heights or the dark or clowns, anything like that.
Now, more often they say, like, when you have like a fear or something, like you have to kind of approach it. I don't know if this is like the best. Maybe I shouldn't come to me, but like you approach it head on. Like, remember our friend Bob Rivers, may he rest in peace. He was terrified of heights. Mm-hmm. So what did he do? He learned how to fly a freaking plane and then became a pilot, and that's how he conquered his fear of heights. Now, I'm not saying that you need to learn how to become a snake and start slithering around, but what if we brought like a snake in? I don't have a snake. I don't think, Danny, you don't have a pet snake. Last I checked.
Yes, Steve. I have a million snakes at my. Okay.
In his pants, he does, as we've heard stories. No, like what if we got like in cahoots with like the zoo, like the Woodland Park Zoo, or somewhere where they brought in a snake? Would you touch it?
I just went to the zoo, Steve, and no, I did not want to touch the snake.
Well, they don't offer that there. You can't put like your hand through like the glass like encasement and say, "Here, touch the snake." I think that could be a recipe for disaster.
That was Barrett's favorite part of the entire zoo too. No, I don't want to have any interaction with a snake at all.
At all.
At all.
Even if you had like a professional that is like guaranteeing you that this snake is not venomous, this snake is not going to like wrap its body around your neck and choke the living crap out of you.
I mean, I saw one on my bike ride the other day and I screamed. Someone nearby probably thought there was a medical emergency happening.
Are you the type of person that would freak out if someone had like a fake rubber snake and they kind of threw it at you?
I would be so upset. I would be very upset.
Is there anything for you, Danny, that you're just like completely scared S-less of?
Well, whales, number one.
That's right. I don't know if we could get the Woodland Park Zoo to bring in a whale. I'm sorry.
I don't think it'd fit in the bill. But
we can watch Free Willy?
Like actual scared, I think, honestly, like every time I see any kind of like rodent, I'm just like, it just for some reason, it just freaks me out. And if you they climb all over, like I've seen like people have pet rats and they like climb all over them. And I'm like, I'm good.
It's funny you say that. Like, I have no problem with like a mouse.
Yeah.
But then if I see a rat, it's like, and they're pretty much the same thing.
It's that tail, man.
And also when growing up in New York, man, there were some like almost the size of puppies.
Oh no.
If not like about the size of a puppy, like you'd like lock, especially in some like kind of shady parts of New York and New York City. I remember I'd just be walking by and you'd look and you're like, that is like a rat on steroids. So even when I see like a regular sized rat, it does kind of freak me out.
So do you have things other than rats? Do you have anything that you're very afraid of?
Maybe tarantulas. Like those give me the heebie-jeebies.
I bet the zoo's got those.
No, they don't. I already contacted. Oh, we're going tit for tat.
Yeah, we are.
I'm going to show up with a python and Terrence coming in with the snake. Mind you, I'm also kind of scared of snakes. Like, not scared of them, but they do kind of like, they're a little unnerving to me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we got whales, tarantulas, snakes. I am deeply terrified of snakes. What about our rockaholics? 206-803-ROCK. What is that one thing that straight up scares the crap out of you?
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
We want to know about that one thing you're absolutely terrified of. 206-803-ROCK. Maybe it's spiders like our friend Steve over here. Maybe it's heights. Maybe it's clowns. Or maybe something totally random out of left field. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to take your calls after Green Day. What is that one thing that straight up scares the crap out of you? Call 206-803-ROCK and let's talk about it. Steve, we've got someone on hold who was absolutely traumatized by something that their dad did when they were 7 years old.
It's always the parents. At least one parent will always F with you.
We are going to check in with them in just a second. But first, Chris from Smoky Point, what is that one thing that straight up scares the crap out of you?
Chris.
Hey, guys. My name's Chris from Smoky Point.
No?
Nothing?
No.
Chris, put him back on hold. Maybe he'll be back when we get done with
Let's see if we can get Kyle from Puyallup. Kyle, are you there?
Oh, great. You would think we'd be in the studio and everything would be working. I get yesterday when we were on, at the golf course and our equipment was kind of falling apart on us, but I just bang on it a couple of times. Maybe that'll work.
Yeah, give it a little kick.
No. So the calls aren't working?
Apparently not.
Well, that's interesting.
What is happening?
We'll put him back on hold and see if we can get it sorted out.
We do have some text messages, so we're hopefully going to figure out how to get the calls to work. One person says totally fearful of public speaking. I have an irrational fear of public speaking, even around people that I know. I believe it's all due to growing up with dyslexia and having a stutter, and I would have some issues with that as a kid. I get that. Like, as someone who had dealt with, like, some stuttering stuff in the past, like, there are still times where, like, I get caught up on certain words, and it's fearful. Which is why I love, like, my kids doing, like, that whole Adventurers Club thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because what it does is it's forcing, and one of the guys brought that up, and I never even thought about that until he said it. It forces these kids to stand in front of a crowd with a microphone and recite things, silly things about being an adventurer. But at the end of the day, what they're doing is kind of enabling them with skills so that they'll be able to talk.
Building them that confidence that's so important.
Absolutely.
206-803-ROCK. Chris from Smoky Point, what is that one thing that straight up scares the crap out of you?
For me, it's ants.
Ants? Any kind?
Yep,
fire ants or all ants?
All ants. Every ant. They're terrible creatures, and I can't do it.
What was the thing that really made you, like, settle into this fear? Did you have, like, an ant infestation or something?
So I was 4 years old. I was running around out behind the house because we had a bunch of property back home. And we have these trees, they're sumac trees. And when they die, they hollow out. They have a really soft center. And ants like to build colonies in them. I now know this. So I, being the little kid that I was, grabbed one of these trees, snapped it off. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm so strong. So I was running around, hitting stuff with a stick. And next thing you know, I look down at my arm, and I start feeling something bite me, and I look, and I have my whole arm is covered in black ants.
Okay, that would freak me out, too.
And they are just covering my whole body, and I stripped down naked and ran home, and my mom was like, what are you doing? And then she started, she's seen the ants on me, and she started swatting them up. Yeah, I can't do it, man. Ants are terrible creatures.
Well, Chris, and I'm glad you weren't there at the golf tournament yesterday because we were putting stuff with marshmallows, just goofing around, and one of the marshmallows ended up on the ground, and someone went to pick it up thinking it was a golf ball, but it was sitting there long enough that every ant that it felt like was at the golf course was on the actual marshmallow. So when the person picked it up, they looked, and they're like, oh, that's not a golf ball, and it's filled with ants, and they just threw it right back down.
Kill them with fire.
And the crazy part was that Danny took off all of his clothes and ran home. It was very odd.
He did.
Yes.
206-803-ROCK. Kyle's in Puyallup this morning. What is that one thing that straight up scares the crap out of you?
So I was 7 years old, meeting my dad for maybe the second time, and he thought it was a great idea to scare me the entire 2 weeks I was with him, from scary movies, Chucky. But one night he had us watching Arachnophobe. And then while I was sleeping, decided to wake me up with his pet tarantula by placing it on my chest.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So did he think that would be hilarious? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, he was dying on the ground laughing while this tarantula is crawling all over me. And, so since that day, doesn't matter what size spider, it scares me. I've had to have friends rescue me on jobs kill spiders so I can work on equipment that I'm trying to service. So, yeah, no bueno.
No bueno at all.
Taryn, we did get a text message that says, Taryn, you're a country girl that's afraid of snakes. It was bad enough that you got rid of your goats. It's time to turn your country card back in at the nearest Starbucks.
You know what? This is definitely not a country girl attribute, being afraid of snakes.
City folks just don't get it.
The Daily Migs Show.
How would you like a shot at beating Steve this morning? He has a record of 189 wins, 61 losses, and 46 ties in 2025. 206-803-ROCK is the number to call if you would like to play Beat Migs at 650.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. you're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today. Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
When was the last time you refreshed your bedding? Sleep cooler with Avocado's naturally breathable, certified organic sheets. Choose from GOTS certified organic cotton, linen, or hemp. All made safe certified to the highest standards of non-toxic safety. Delivering the ultimate in luxury, sustainability, and style. And a deeper, more restorative sleep. Join Avocado's mission to be one of the world's most sustainable brands at avocadomattress.com. When was the last time you refreshed your bedding? Sleep cooler with Avocado's naturally breathable, certified organic sheets. Choose from GOTS certified organic cotton, linen, or hemp. All made safe certified to the highest standards of non-toxic safety. Delivering the ultimate in luxury, sustainability, and style. And a deeper, more restorative sleep. Join Avocado's mission to be one of the world's most sustainable brands at avocadomattress.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa!
ready to beat Migs? I know Alonzo from Des Moines is. Alonzo, are you there?
Yeah.
We got him, Steve.
Yeah.
He's ready to play.
Technology.
So that means you got to get out of here, bro.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Alonzo has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What was the last name of the inventor of the Rubik's Cube?
Rubik?
Yes. In what decade did the first color TV broadcast happen?
50s?
Yes. Who was the U.S. president during World War I?
Eisenhower?
No.
Pass.
What Northeast state did Subway open its first location in?
Connecticut.
Yes. On a graph, what direction does the x-axis run?
Parallel.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'll take that.
North-south.
What was the final studio album released by the Beatles?
The White Album.
No.
Yellow Submarine.
No.
Pass.
What team did Ken Griffey Jr. join when he left Seattle?
Red.
Yes. In Ben Franklin's famous kite experiments, what object was tied to the end of the string?
A key.
Oh, that is right. In Harry Potter, who killed Dumbledore?
Dumbledore. Oh, God, the guy that they don't talk about.
Well, don't worry. I don't know my Harry Potter either. I just read it on the internet. But you got 6 correct, Alonzo.
All right.
All right.
Also, you were thinking of the wrong guy, so you would have got it wrong. Harry Potter nerd over here.
Well, if there's one person I know definitely knows his Harry Potter, it's Steve Migs, and he's back.
Everyone calls me Captain Hogwarts for a reason.
Steve, are you ready?
I believe that I am.
Yeah, Daddy, let's go! What was the last name of the inventor of the Rubik's Cube?
Rubik?
Yes. In what decade was the first color TV broadcast?
I would say the 60s.
No.
50s.
Yes.
Okay.
Who was the U.S. president during World War I?
Crap. Eisenhower.
No.
Roosevelt.
No.
Cleveland.
No. In what Northeast state did Subway open its first location?
Northeast?
Yes.
I'm going to say New York.
No.
Massachusetts.
No.
New Jersey.
No. On a graph, what direction does the x-axis run?
Wow. Left.
No.
Right.
No.
Up.
No. What was the final studio album released by the Beatles?
Was it Sgt. Pepper's?
It was not.
Let It Be.
Yes. Okay. What team did Ken Griffey Jr. join when he left Seattle?
The Cincinnati Reds.
He did. In Ben
Dang.
Franklin's famous kite experiments, what object was tied to the end of the string?
That would be a key.
It would be. In Harry Potter, who killed Dumbledore?
Hogwarts?
No.
Gryffindor?
No.
Slytherin?
No.
Snape.
What ocean is in the territory? What ocean is the territory of Christmas Island located in?
Oh, crap. I got to get one guess. I'm going to go Atlantic.
No.
Oh, is it Pacific?
No.
Okay,
Steve, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct, which is okay, but it's a loss. 6-5. Sorry that you lost, but congratulations to Alonzo.
Right on.
Great game, Alonzo.
So let's see. The president during World War I was Woodrow Wilson.
Okay.
Our friend Alonzo did know that the Northeast state where Subway first opened was Connecticut. And in Harry Potter, Dumbledore was killed by Severus Snape.
Okay, Slytherin snake was close.
Snape is different than snake.
Oh, I'm not saying I should have got it right, but I mean, you got to give me at least like a head nod for at least trying.
You did a very good effort there.
Thanks.
And then the ocean that you would find Christmas Island in is the Indian Ocean.
Indian Ocean.
Yes. Well, you got another chance at $750, Steve. And if anybody wants to rock the new I Beat Migs t-shirt, we have those available in the Rock Shop exclusively at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
There's a new feature on the Odyssey app, and it allows you to leave us a voice message. It's very easy to do it with the little microphone object there.
Yes.
And we've been getting some messages on there, Steve.
Somebody wants to talk about an epic moment that happened yesterday at the Miles Montgomery Classic, and I have to agree, it was totally epic.
I'm excited to slide into our VMs after Nirvana.
Something got you bent, and now you need to vent? Or you did something bad and you need to repent? Well, slide into our VMs. Yeah, baby, it's time to slide into our VMs. On the Daily Mix Show.
Just Let's go ahead and power slide right into those VMs. Leave us a voice message on the Odyssey app. Very easy to do. Steve Migs, I'm excited for what is in there today.
Yes, we got a voice message about yesterday's awesome, I'm not even like, this is an exaggeration, awesome event with the men's room for the Miles Montgomery Golf Classic. It was so much fun. I can't wait for next year.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a voice message about it.
Hey, it was really sweet meeting you guys over at the Miles Montgomery. My highlight of the day had to be when...
I like that he just called it the Miles Montgomery.
I mean, it's pretty cool to have an entire tournament named after you.
It's not even his name anymore. It's just an event. We're going to the Miles Montgomery.
My highlight of the day had to be witnessing somebody hit a hole-in-one while standing on a f***ing toilet bowl. One a day. What about for you guys?
That was second. I mean, the number one was obviously swinging by Trapper Sushi and getting endless amounts of hand rolls.
Handies.
Handies, as they like to call them, and they had some good ones, too.
They did.
That was like, I've never been to such a cool thing where you're at a golf course and all of a sudden there's just like a stand, a tent with sushi rolls.
Oh, fresh, cold. It was just amazing.
But yeah, let's talk about this hole-in-one. We have the audio. I'm so glad somebody from the men's room, it must have been Mike, had his video rolling when this guy hit a hole-in-one. Not just a hole-in-one on the golf course at Bill Wright, but he was standing on a toilet bowl. It was the heckle hole.
Yes.
So the heckle hole, the way that it was set up at the tournament was Thrill and Ted were there just heckling anybody who was, golfing at that hole. They were shooting people with Nerf guns. They had a toilet bowl right by the hole. So if you had if you were trying to go for I don't know the proper terms for golf, but like driving the ball.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Yes, exactly.
Sure.
I was going to say that.
So this dude's standing on a toilet bowl, and then he hits the ball hole-in-one. Are you ready for the audio?
Yes.
There's no way you don't fall.
Go for it.
Oh!
Right down the fairway.
And it's at that moment where people start realizing the ball's going in the hole. I never saw more random dudes hugging each other and high-fiving each other in a video.
That's what I was going to say. It was the best. People were just racing to him, wrapping their arms around him. I mean, the celebration just continued and continued.
This is how I picture ladies when they find out, I'm pregnant. Oh, yes. That was amazing.
It was so crazy.
They need to send that video to ESPN or Barstool or Bro Bible. I mean, this video needs to be shared with all of the world.
Because they do the top 10 lists. I mean, that should be number one. I don't even know in the history of golf if anyone has ever even done a hole-in-one off of a toilet before.
I'm pretty sure. I'm feeling pretty confident to say that nobody's ever had a hole-in-one while standing on a toilet bowl. I could be wrong.
He's the only person in the universe.
That's peak. That dude peaked yesterday, and I don't think he's ever going to top that.
That guy forever can share that story and has proof of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. That's a story I would share for when I have grandkids.
Yes. That's his claim to fame. That's the number one thing I would put on my resume forever.
His grandkids, Grandpa, Instagram doesn't exist anymore. That's okay, Sonny. I still have it on my cell phone. And he shows that video. That was so great.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight.
I think the other highlight was meeting a guy who was wearing a hat that had nothing on it other than the word daddy.
Oh, my God.
Steve, what's happening?
We are living our best life here at the Miles Montgomery Classic as we've met a man who's wearing a hat that says daddy on it and apparently works for the Erection Company. I'm not exactly sure what that is.
He's daytime daddy. You're nighttime daddy.
Let's say hi to our friend over here.
Hey, how you guys doing?
I'm just marveling over your hat and that you work at the Erection Company?
Yeah, the Erection Company.
So what goes on at the Erection Company?
We always get it up.
Are you taking new employees?
Right.
Are you having a good time at the Miles Montgomery Classic?
We are. We only aced 3 holes.
At the Erection Company. Well, how's your golf?
No, we had 2 aces and an eagle.
All right, they're taking a picture. They're taking a picture right now. So, at the end of the day, when a guy that has a hat that says daddy on it, he's talking to us for a second, but there are 3 girls right next to us. Of course he's going to talk to the ladies. And also, he just ditched us for the ladies, which I don't blame him. He's wearing a hat that says daddy.
Good chat, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Of course he's going to talk to the ladies.
And also, obviously, immediately when we walked up and you were like, hey, Taryn, what about this guy? What did she say?
Yeah, daddy, let's go.
Yeah, daddy, let's go.
He's daytime daddy. He's nighttime daddy.
Yeah, you got to have 2 daddies.
I bet.
The Daily Migs Show.
Well, speaking of daddies, Father's Day is this Sunday. Yeah, daddy, let's go. So all week long, long at this time, we're going to be celebrating Father's Day with Dad's Rock. And we're going to be chatting with some of our favorite rock stars that are also dads or daddies. Today's daddy.
Yeah, Daddy, let's go.
Today's daddy was a member of the presidents of the United States of America. Dave Dederer will join us at 7:20.
Daddy Dave Dederer.
Yeah, Daddy, let's go.
When was the last time you refreshed your bedding? Sleep cooler with Avocado's naturally breathable, certified organic sheets. Choose from GOTS certified organic cotton, linen, or hemp. All made safe certified to the highest standards of non-toxic safety. Delivering the ultimate in luxury, sustainability, and style. And a deeper, more restorative sleep. Join Avocado's mission to be one of the world's most sustainable brands at avocadomattress.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
Father's Day is coming up this Sunday. Have you marked your calendar, Steve?
I'm very aware of it, thankfully. Now, being a dad, I actually do care.
You're very excited to be spoiled by your girls?
Can't wait.
Well, we are catching up with rock star dads all week long. And right now we have Dave Dederer from the Presidents of the United States of America on with the show. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning. No, actually, this is Klaus Meiner
Oh,
of the
no.
Scorpions, and you're listening to Seattle's best rock, KSW.
It's so funny you said that.
That was one of the best artist drops in KISW history.
This is Klaus Meiner. Yeah.
Dude, we did the dumbest thing with him just almost a year ago, was it?
Probably, yeah.
We had an argument about who's a better whistler, so we got Klaus to call in and judge us whistling.
No way. And did he do Gorky Park and the whole
The Win the
thing?
Change? Yeah, we did it, and I got so nervous doing it from I couldn't whistle, and then Taryn crushed it.
I did, it's true.
Really? You just nailed it?
Okay, we're good. So we're doing Dad's Rock all week, where we're talking to rock stars who have our parents and just like to talk about some of your favorite experiences about being a dad. But you have to tell the story like you were in a band with your kids.
You know, yeah, it's. I was psyched to do this because my daughters, Una and Lolo, who are now 24 and almost 23 and through college and everything, you know, in high school, they were in the jazz band. And one of them played drums. Lolo plays drums and Una plays upright bass. And they got pretty good pretty quick. And so we had this little jazz trio, the Super Sister Jazz Trio, it was called. And gosh, we played I don't know, probably 50 gigs over their last 2 years of high school. We played at a bunch of restaurants and country clubs. And it was an amazing experience to get to do that with the girls. And, what could be cooler than playing music with your kids?
I got to imagine playing even a small club with your kids. I mean, obviously you had some great experiences with the Presidents playing in some extremely large venues, but I got to imagine being on stage with your kids trumps all that.
It did, and it's kind of a trip. You know, one of the last gigs we played, we got invited to play, I can't remember how or why, Obliteride, you know, that big cancer research fundraising event. And they have a huge launch event at Gasworks, and every, 3,000 or 4,000 people come, and there's like 3,500 or 4,000 people there, and I'm up there with my daughters, and what made it even better is the wind was blowing about 30, and Una on the bass still was reading charts, and the wind just blew the charts away. It was a great moment. I'm like, yeah, you better just fake it, because this is big time now. So we just got up there and kind of ripped into it and did our little set in the sunshine for 4,000 people, and I mean, that's as good as playing for 100,000 people at, Roskilde or Pink Pop or some huge festival with the Presidents, for sure.
So, Dave, you mentioned that your kids are in their 20s now, but at what point when they were growing up did they really have a sense of who you are and what your career with the Presidents was?
I don't think, I was touring. We were touring again a little bit when they were little, and then I stopped touring because I didn't want to be gone all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think they really got it until maybe toward the end of high school and into college. And I had this big box of, I had tried to keep one of every T-shirt that we ever had, our merch. And I busted it out of storage maybe toward the end of when they were in high school. And I'm like, oh, you guys might be into, and they're like, we want all those. And so I almost every time I see them now, one of them is wearing one of the T-shirts. So they were both in college in New York City, and they were wearing these shirts around all the time. So, and then I also had other old swag. We were on Top of the Pops, the British legendary TV show. And I had this goofy ball cap, Top of the Pops, it said. It was a giveaway when we were on the show for being on the show. My younger daughter, Lolo, has worn it like 300 plus days a year for the last 7 or 8 years. She just rocks it around all the time. It's filthy now. It just says Top of the Pop. So I think finally once maybe they got out in the world, they're like, okay, this is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, Dad's a dork and a weirdo, but maybe he did something cool at some point.
Well, I have to say, Taryn's kid, Barrett, would say that you're far from a dork or a weirdo because one of his favorite songs is
Peaches. And he's put his own little playlist together. He's 5 years old, and Peaches is like, when he requests his own songs, it's like that's one of the top 2 that he ever requests.
Tell Dave what the other ones are.
He likes I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister. He likes
yes.
Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot.
Yes.
He likes a little Pretty Pimpin' by Kurt Vile. He's just loving, he loves Dirty Deeds by AC/DC. So you're like in his top 5 songs.
Wow. Well, and that's in good company. I actually kind of really, 80s metal, I was listening to not that much back in the day, but some of that stuff I really appreciate now. Like, when I hear Twisted Sister, I Wanna Rock, it's a great sounding track. And also, I'm kind of into Quiet Riot because Rudy Sarzo's bass playing is so cool. Like, it's so groovy. They were like groovy, Quiet Riot. Anyway, so I'm happy to be in such good company.
Dave, if you don't mind, we just got to take a quick break, but we definitely want to talk about what you got going on because you got some really cool music projects that are happening and talk more about Dad stuff as well, if that's cool with you.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Dave Dieterer of the Presidents of the United States of America.
The Daily Migs Show.
Also, tomorrow at this time around 7:20, we'll continue Dad's Rock with Shinedown frontman Brent Smith.
Nice.
And then we're going to have more with Dave Dieterer of the Presidents after the Presidents. We're back with Dave Dieterer of the Presidents of the United States of America. I'm fangirling, Steve.
I know you are. We're celebrating Dad's Week. Oh, Dad's Week. It's Dad's Rock because Father's Day is this Sunday. So, Dave, tell us about, so you have a bunch of music projects that are coming up. This summer, it seems like you've got a bunch of shows happening, and one of them being a group called Bowie Rex and his Boogie Army.
Oh, yeah. That is the most KISW adjacent. Bowie Rex and his Boogie Army about 2 years ago, Martin Fevier, who's a producer and who runs Duff McKagan's studio for the last few years in Seattle and has produced his records and who Presidents made records with 20 years ago. He called me up, and he's British. I can't really do his Ponzi accent.
Do it.
Dave, I have an idea. Would this be of interest? And so he's my age-ish, and he grew up in the UK, and he just loves all that 70s glam through kind of early post-punk. So he's like, I have an idea for a band. So it's me and Martin and the legendary Mike Musburger on drums from the Posies and the Fastbacks. And the other guitar player is Tim DiGiulio, who has been around Seattle forever in Lazy Susan and a million other bands. Then guy Jeremy Lightfoot on bass, who's in half the bands in Seattle right now. And keyboard player on keytar. We don't let him play keyboard. He has to play keytar standing up. Billy Stover. And then we have the Suffragette Sisters. We have 3 wonderful backup singers, the Suffragette Sisters. So it's like Bowie, T-Rex, Talking Heads, Sex Pistols, and we have lots and lots of shows this summer, starting with, I guess, what are we doing? Lots of shows on Vashon, Strawberry Fest in July. And,
July 18th.
Yep. Yeah, July 18th. I'm sorry I'm so bad at promoting.
No, Bite of Seattle, shows. July 26th. I'm here. I'm your representative.
Seattle, You're great, Steve. Love you. Thanks.
Sunset Tavern, August 2nd. Let's go.
Thank you. For KISW listeners and fans, this is a killer band. These are all like seasoned pros, and it's crushing. It is so. I've got earplugs stuffed in my ears as far as they will go, and it's still freaking loud. And just killer. Great songs, great players, and it's a show. Martin is Bowie Rex. He's like Ziggy Stardusted out, and it's a full. We all wear our. You have to wear your Glamo. So we all have Glamo camo that we all wear. So definitely a show worth seeing. So check us out. As you said, July 18th, Strawberry Fest, one of those nights at Bite of Seattle, and August 2nd at the Sunset. I think it's the Sunsets. Is it their something anniversary? It's their 20th or
very cool.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, man, we appreciate you taking some time out, and happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you, Migs.
My kid's finally picking up some instruments, a little bit of the drums. Also, she has interest in the violin, and I'm like, okay, that's one end to the other. Let's make it happen.
I think you got to just indulge it. My younger daughter wanted to play drums for a long time, and finally we relented and agreed. And then my older daughter was like, I want to play the bass. And I'm like, I got a bass. I had an electric bass, Fender bass. And she's like, no, I want to play the big, fat, proper upright bass. And, I don't know. They just got it. And they can actually, read music and stuff that I can't do, sight read.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll surprise you, Migs. She'll surprise you.
And Dave, I just have to say, this is me nerding out, but when I moved to Stanwood in 6th grade, I had no friends and a copy of the President's self-titled debut album, and that was my friend for several months. And it's still one of my favorite albums, so love you very much.
I'm so happy. Thank you. Yeah, actually, it's the 30th anniversary of the release of that album this spring and summer, and if we were smarter and better at it, we would be doing a whole bunch of promotion, but we're so laissez-faire that I've done, we've done a little bit, but we're not that ambitious. So that's really nice to hear. It never gets old to hear that what you create delights people. I'm sure you guys feel the same way when you run into people on the street and they're like, oh my God, morning drive time makes my day, or afternoon drive time.
It's humbling,
Thank you for keeping
sure.
me alive.
Yeah, 100%. It's the greatest thing.
So I have one request to close the segment. I wonder if Taryn can whistle us out with Gorky Park.
Oh, my God.
Winds of Change.
Dave, if Bowie Rex and his Boogie Army needs a whistler, we have your girl. She does have the Glamo.
Oh, my God.
I could be their backup whistler, I think.
Klaus Meine would be proud.
Yes.
That is so killer. The winds of change wafting across the Seattle skyline.
It's weird. They just put the Berlin Wall back up because of that performance.
Dave, thank you again so much. What a treat.
Thanks. It's great to talk to you guys. And anytime, anything for KISW.
You're the best, man. Happy Father's Day.
Same to you. Take it easy.
The Daily Migs Show.
How would you like a shot at beating Steve? Give us a call if you'd like to play. 206-803-ROCK is the number, and we will play Beat Migs at 7:50.
When was the last time you refreshed your bedding? Sleep cooler with Avocado's naturally breathable, certified organic sheets. Choose from GOTS certified organic cotton, linen, or hemp. All made safe certified to the highest standards of non-toxic safety. Delivering the ultimate in luxury, sustainability, and style. And a deeper, more restorative sleep. Join Avocado's mission to be one of the world's most sustainable brands at avocadomattress.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a...
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Brian from Marysville is. Brian, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Brian is here, so Steve means you need to go there, which is out.
Rude.
For those playing at home, Brian has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What title is given to someone who is knighted?
Sir.
Yes. It is considered faux pas to wear white after what holiday?
Labor Day.
Correct. In what early 2010s year did Washington State legalize marijuana?
2012?
Yes. What country produces the most cucumbers globally?
Mexico?
No.
United States?
No.
Russia?
No. In what U.S. city will you find the racetrack nicknamed the Brickyard?
Indianapolis?
Yes.
Or Indiana?
What color was Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber?
Ooh. Orange?
No.
Green?
No.
Blue?
Yes. What northeastern state is often referred to as vacation land?
Vacation land? Maine?
Yes. According to the musical script, how old is Annie?
Oh, my God. I was in this in high school. 12?
No.
10?
No.
8?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points you scored there, Brian.
All right.
Not bad at all. And here comes your competitor. Walking through the doors with swagger.
You know
Steve
it.
Migs, are you ready?
Showtime.
What title is given to someone who is knighted?
Sir.
Correct. It is considered faux pas to wear white after what holiday?
Your wedding.
No.
Labor Day.
Yes. What early 2010s year did Washington State legalize marijuana?
2011?
No.
2012.
Yes. What country produces the most cucumbers globally?
Do you think we could get knighted?
Probably.
That'd be awesome. America.
No.
Canada?
No.
Japan.
No. In what U.S. city will you find the racetrack nicknamed the Brickyard?
Indianapolis.
Yes.
Okay.
What color was
Indy
Obi-Wan
500.
Kenobi's? What color was Obi-Wan Kenobi's lightsaber?
It was blue.
It was. What northeastern state is often referred to as vacation land?
I'm guessing Maine.
It is. According to the musical script, how old is Annie?
I don't know. She looks like 7?
No.
6?
No.
10?
No. What covers the meat in traditional shepherd's pie?
What covers the meat? Potatoes?
Yes. What poker hand do you have if you're holding 2 fish hooks?
Deuces.
No.
Aces.
No.
Blackjack.
No. You got 7 correct, Steve Migs, and that is a fine score because it is a win.
Let's go.
7-6. Sorry, Brian.
That's okay.
Next time, my friend.
I'm the best.
Have a great day.
I'm the best.
The country that produces the most cucumbers globally is China.
China.
And according to the musical script, Annie is 11 years old. And if you have 2 fish hooks in a game of poker, you have a pair of jacks.
Okay. My brain wasn't computing the question at all. I could not figure out what the hell was going on.
You big poker player or not so much?
No. Far from it.
We've got a new shirt in the Rock Shop that you should definitely check out and add it to your closet. It is the I Beat Migs shirt, and it has your face on it as a Dogman character, Steve.
With the the Beat Migs lyrics, and the 60-second timer. It's a fun one if you're a fan of Beat Migs.
Absolutely need to get yourself one at KISW.com.
The Daily Migs Show.
It's definitely an odd question, but we want to know, what is the craziest or strangest thing you've ever woken up to? 206-803-ROCK. What is the craziest thing you woke up to? 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls after Stone Temple Pilots. What is the craziest or strangest thing you woke up to? 206-803-ROCK. This is inspired by something that happened to you, Steve Migs, after the Miles Montgomery Golf Classic.
So after the Miles Montgomery Classic, I had to go to the dentist, and I almost died.
What'd you do?
Well, what I love about going to the dentist is I could fall asleep anywhere. So they numbed up my mouth because I cracked my tooth pretty bad. So they're like, okay, we got to numb it because it's pretty gnarly, and we got to fix it all up. So they numb it, and I'm just like, I'm lolling. I'm tired from the day of broadcasting, so I start nodding off. So Danny, you know this because I think you've fallen asleep at the dentist as well. They put that little block in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah?
So that way you don't close your mouth while they're working on it in case you fall asleep.
That is so, I've never had that.
It's amazing. So now I'm like, I don't even need to stress about it. So I fall asleep. I don't know what the hell is going on. Apparently, as the hygienist is shooting water in my mouth to clean the mouth, and then, they do that thing, I must have inhaled, snored as she's shooting the water, and I inhaled the water and started choking. Oh. So I wake up, I feel like I'm being waterboarded. I'm like, so now I'm choking, and as I'm choking, I open my mouth, and the block that was in my mouth falls inside of my mouth. So now they have to, quickly fish that block out of my mouth before I choke on that as well. Let's just say I didn't fall back asleep after that. But that was quite an interesting way to wake up while you're at the dentist.
Well, what about our rockaholics? The strangest or craziest thing you woke up to? 206-803-ROCK. Someone on hold woke up to a dead animal in their bed with them, Steve Migs.
Okay. That sounds like a mobster movie.
Chat with them in just a second about that. But first, Ted, you're on I-5. Tell us about the crazy or strange thing you woke up to.
I had 2. My favorite one was on my 29th birthday. My wife woke me up, kissed me on the cheek. Happy birthday. My water just broke.
Did you know she was pregnant before that? No kidding.
Was your baby born on your birthday then?
On my birthday, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool.
Talk about moment of panic, though. You don't probably, I don't know, for me, I'd be like, okay, let's just go. And my wife would probably be like, okay, you can brush your teeth first, please.
That was exactly what it was. And we didn't even end up leaving the house for another 9 hours.
That's crazy, man.
And what was the other one then?
Right after I graduated high school, it was not uncommon for my friends to just kind of walk into the house when I was asleep and wake me up, whatever, hang out. Well, my buddy tapped me on the shoulder, and I wake up. He's got his business in his hand, and he decides to give himself a 2-rung Jacob Platter piercing.
Oh.
About 7 inches from the face.
No,
Oh, my God.
Can I ask you, I mean, without getting too graphic, is this the kind of relationship you and your friend had, like where he would just freely show you his package? Or was it just like he was just...
It was new.
Okay.
Like, we'd all done the whole, like, if you lose this round, you're streaking thing, but, like... I've never had it that close to my face before.
Okay. Are you guys still friends?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's awesome.
206-803-ROCK. Sam from Mount Vernon, what is the strangest or craziest thing you woke up to?
Well, I woke up to a guy sticking his joint in my face before, but it wasn't that kind of joint. But anyway, I'm the guy. I had a soggy dead bird. It wasn't, thank God it wasn't a horse's head, but a soggy dead bird on my pillow.
Where did it come from? Was there like an open window?
Let's guess. I think a cat brought it in. You think it's an open window?
Exactly right. Anybody that owns a cat knows that's what happened.
That's a sign of love and affection.
Yeah, she loved me very much.
The Daily Migs Show.
Well, the Mariners are not exactly having a moment right now.
No, they'll turn it around.
There's a bit of a slump happening, but
I saw
fans,
faith.
they're directing all of their anger at Julio. And it's all because of a T-shirt. We're going to go straight to the comments at 8:20.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
Are any of us part of what the Mariners are calling the J-Rod squad?
I am not, but I want to be. Have you ever sat in the section?
No.
I want to do it, get the T-shirt. Like I remember King's Court?
Oh,
with
yes.
Felix? I did that a bunch of times. I haven't done the J-Rod squad
The
yet.
J-Rod squad is happening. The Mariners made a post on social media about it and how you join it. And the
You
fact
just
that
buy T-shirts and go to the game, right? Or you buy tickets, you get the T-shirt at the game. Yeah.
But the team is in a little bit of a slump right now, you may have noticed. So fans have, of course, decided to unleash on the comment section. So let's go straight to the comments.
Yeah, once I saw a few of these posts, I was just like, I feel like maybe you'll get a couple people like tagging, hey, Danny, let's go, or hey, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, this is just another opportunity for people to complain about how the team hasn't been playing that well.
Oh.
Which hasn't been a good go recently.
Or ever.
There were some good moments this season. We were in first place for a little bit. It seems to be going away from us, but we can still turn it around. So we found some of these comments about the J-Rod squad, the T-shirt that they're offering if you buy the tickets. And we figured who better to read them than the owner of the team.
Oh.
Well, the team's owned by Nintendo.
Got
so
it.
we have Super Mario reading the comments.
Wonderful.
Yes, he is truly, I think he's got about 70% ownership in this team. Okay, are you ready for the first comment?
Yes.
And I question if this even sounds like Mario, but let's go.
I'll start cheering on
Julio when he starts hitting. Prima donna for nothing. He doesn't deserve to have me wear his shirt. Someone needs to say it.
Well, you said it, Mario. No, I don't understand that. I know some people are crapping on him. It's not like as if like he forced the team to make these T-shirts and like stormed into the marketing department's office and was like, we need to promote this already. I don't care if I'm not having a good run right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've probably had this in the works for a long time.
Probably before the season started.
Yes.
And I'm okay with that.
Yes.
100%.
Maybe instead of selling us on shirts, sell us on a good baseball team. Oh, wait. You can't do that as we don't have a good baseball team.
He's a real harsh owner.
I mean, we're not bad. We're just having a little bit of a setback right now.
Some injuries.
Yeah.
I think when the pitching gets stronger. I mean, Brent, it's weird to say because, I mean, the last few years, the pitching has not been the issue. It's been the hitting. And the hitting's been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, Julio's doing better. He didn't start off great, but he's doing better.
Yes. There's, only one way to go, and that's up.
Okay.
I'll buy tickets and wear his shirt the moment he doesn't strike out when we need him the most.
Okay, that's harsh. There are a few moments where I'm like, okay, this is the moment where Julio's going to be the hero, and then he does strike out, and I'm like,
Next time.
But do you get the vibe that people are hating on him? I don't know.
I mean, according to these comments, yes.
Well, yeah, this is the vocal minority.
Yes.
But like, I don't still feel like I think people in the Pacific Northwest still want to see him succeed. Like, I think about like Philip Grubauer for the Kraken. I felt like there came a point where people were like, he's not a bad guy, but get him off the team. I don't get that vibe about Julio Rodriguez.
I don't think we're there yet. He's still pretty young. We've got some years left in him,
And a lot of money invested in him.
Yes.
Dude is like my ex-wife. Lets me down when it matters. But unlike my ex, at least he sucks.
Okay, Mario, we don't need to hear about Princess Peach that way. Were they a couple? I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe.
Dude needs to lose his idol status so he can focus on baseball.
Again, I don't think that this is like him having a T-shirt makes him have an ego. And I've never really heard anybody say that Julio's a jerk. If anything, it's quite the opposite. I've heard nothing but glowing comments about people who've interacted with Julio Rodriguez.
For sure.
All right, we have one more comment from the team owner, Super Mario.
Go Mariners. I still believe. Is it just me that does?
No, we believe.
You gotta believe.
All right, Danny, you not believing anymore?
No, I always believe, but I don't believe.
Thanks for making sense of that.
You're welcome.
The Daily Migs Show.
On the topic of our Seattle Mariners, we're going to be heading out to the ballpark next Wednesday, June 18th. And that day, taking on the Red Sox. It's going to be an awesome day game. If you got to work that day, we highly recommend take the day off. Or
come hang out with us.
Maybe have us give your boss a call and get you out of work for the day.
Or
we'll
Super
sign a
Mario.
doctor's note. That too. We can do that. Plus $2 of every ticket sold is going back to the National MS Society. We've got the hookup on discount tickets for the game. You can get yours by heading over to KISW.com. As you get your morning moving in the right direction, you might be a little bit curious as to know what is happening out there in the world when it comes to pop culture. And best assured, there's a ton of stuff going on. But we're going to tell you what's trending.
Stranded on the Daily Migs Show. Stranded, let's go. Let's go.
Sly Stallone has passed away at the age of 82 years old.
Sly Stone.
Sly Stone. Wow.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Oh, my God. That's your guy.
Thoughts and prayers for Sly Stone.
That's your guy.
So I was like,
No.
Sylvester Stallone, what?
Sly and the Family Stones, Sly Stone. God, now I can't get Sylvester
No,
Stallone
up
out of my
until
head.
right now, I never put the connection of those two together, but I think forever here on out, I will always think of this.
Well, you're welcome for that.
Were you much of a Sly Stone listener?
I mean, my family listened to all this kind of stuff growing up,
okay,
for sure.
yeah.
Was this in your household, too?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
This is probably the most I've ever listened to this song.
Apparently, he'd been dealing with COPD.
This is the worst tribute to Sly Stone
It
ever.
really is.
You're screwing up his name. I'm like, I never listened to his music.
He was battling COPD. He had some other health concerns and has passed away at the age of 82.
I'm still just in shock. You gave me a heart attack for a second because I was like, man, the day that Sly Stallone passes away, I don't think we're going to be off because I don't think Steve's going to be able to handle it.
Steve would be inconsolable.
We would have to call it for the rest of the day so I could go home and watch all the Rocky movies, The Expendables, Rambo. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. End with that one because that's truly the best of them all. Have you ever seen that? What are we doing? This is a terrible tribute to Sly Stone. All right, let's talk about Breaking Bad. Danny, I know you lived in New Mexico.
Yeah.
How often did you see? I mean, I know you weren't a Breaking Bad fan.
Sure.
But how often would you swing by or see that house? I'm sure friends would come to town and be like, hey, dude, take me to the Breaking Bad house.
Never once.
Never once.
Yeah, I know that people go and that's like a destination. I never personally had anyone ask me to take them by. And I don't even know where it's at in Albuquerque.
See, I would love to go, but I feel like the annoying part was there were people that thought it'd be funny to throw. You remember Breaking Bad? People would throw pizzas on the roof because that was an iconic scene from the movie.
From the last I heard, they actually put like a fence up around it, kind of thing. Like you can't get anywhere near it, from what I remember. But yeah.
And apparently, the lady who owned the house was getting so frustrated with people coming by, she decided, you know what, screw it, I'm selling the house. She put it on the market for $4 million, which I don't know if that's. I don't think that's a fair price.
You're not getting that much in Albuquerque.
You could probably buy all of Albuquerque for $4 million. And apparently she's going viral right now because there's a video of her yelling at fans who showed up to the house, which does suck. But I don't know if you should be doing this where you start yelling at them and also spraying them with a hose. Here's some audio of her yelling at these people that just wanted to see Walter White's home.
Like me because I'm not a Jack Mormon.
Yeah, get him, Joanne. Get him, Joanne.
Have you seen anything else but Breaking Bad stuff since you've been here? You can take a picture from that corner. Do not get close. And no tripod, no nothing. Just quick snap. One picture, then you go.
So she already owned the home, and then they asked her to use it for the show. Okay, it's not like she bought it.
Not that I know.
After.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that would be really annoying.
I know, like, we're all like, oh, that sucks. But, like, I don't know how I would handle if every day I look outside and there are people, like, with tripods taking pictures. I don't know if I would spray anybody with a hose. But I might go out there, like, maybe, pantsless just to kind of scare them off. I don't know how else to...
That would indeed be scary.
That's a different hose. It's a small hose.
Says the guy who walked out when a drone flew over his house and got all mad.
I did.
Yeah, I think he would walk out there and threaten some people with wrestling moves.
It's you guys with the chair.
There's this new report that says the average American is only getting 9.5 hours to themselves every month.
That's about 9 hours more than I get.
I'm feeling very jealous. Apparently, it equates to about 20 minutes per day. Do you get 20 minutes to yourself?
I do. I get at least an hour and 20 minutes a day because that's when I'm in my car by myself driving to work. And, dude, I used to dread the drive home. I love being a dad. I love being in a family. But I genuinely love being in my car by myself when I drive to work and when I drive home because I get to just kind of chill out. Yeah, listen to like a podcast or whatever and music and not have to like worry about having a kid telling me what they want to watch.
Let's say hypothetically that you could pay to have a totally free day. How much money would you spend on a day to yourself?
Not much. I mean, I'm on a spending freeze.
Well, apparently, the average person is not on a spending freeze. They would spend $2,521 for a totally free day.
Just for one free day?
Yes. No. And for an extra hour of sleep, they would invest $340.
No. I mean, dude, at most $15.
That's all.
Like, I mean, I would love some more extra free time, but not enough. I'm not dropping money for that.
No.
All of a sudden, Steve's going to be like, guys, I'm moving to Portland just to get the drive longer.
I'm commuting every day. How long's your commute? 5 hours round trip. That sucks. No.
I love it.
It's the best.
The Daily Migs Show.
Would you like a shot at beating Steve this morning? He has a record of 190 wins, 62 losses, and 46 ties in 2025. Rockaholics, let's do this thing. 206-803-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:50.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities. and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. ExpressPros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support. Natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who is ready to beat Migs? I know Randy from Bremerton is. Randy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good morning to Randy. Steve, you've got to leave the studio.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Randy has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which holiday is celebrated on the 3rd Sunday of June?
Father's Day?
Correct. The 2 professional women's hockey league expansion teams are in Seattle and what other Northwest city?
Portland?
No.
No. Sacramento?
Nope.
I have no idea. Pass.
Harland is the real first name of what fast food founder?
Who is? What?
Harland is the real first name of what fast food founder?
KFC?
No.
No. McDonald's?
No.
Burger King?
No. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. got his PhD from what East Coast university?
Pass.
What movie popularized the phrase, show me the money?
No, show me the money is, I know this. Come back to it. I'll come back to it.
What European country gave birth to margarine?
London.
No. You guys
Show me
are number one in my heart.
Thanks. Yeah. Brown University.
Randy,
Brown
who's
University.
with you there?
Oh, my buddy Matt. He's sitting by me.
Hi, Matt.
Hello.
Hi, Steve
Yeah,
Migs.
I didn't do so well today. This is the first time I played in almost, a year?
Well, you know what? We'll see how Steve does today.
So a little rusty. A little
rusty.
Little beat Migs rust.
You might be a little rusty today, too, Steve. Let's see. How you feeling? Yeah, Daddy, let's go. Which holiday is celebrated on the third Sunday of June?
Father's
Yes.
Day.
The 2 professional women's hockey league expansion teams are in Seattle and what other Northwest city?
Vancouver.
Correct. Harland is the real first name of what fast food founder?
Harland. Wendy's.
No.
Oh. Popeye.
No.
Harland. Carl's Jr.
No. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. got his PhD from what East Coast university?
Princeton?
No.
Yale?
No.
Duke?
No. What movie popularized the phrase, show me the money?
Jerry Maguire.
That's right. What European country gave birth to margarine?
Huh?
What European country gave birth to margarine?
France.
Yes. In what decade was the computer mouse invented?
I'm going to go 80s.
No.
90s.
No.
70s.
No. Colton Harris Moore was better known by what nickname?
The Barefoot Bandit.
He sure was. How many distinct sections are in the small intestine?
4.
No.
3.
Yes. In which southern state will you find the world's only ventriloquism museum?
How do I not know about this? Alabama?
No.
Arkansas?
No.
Florida?
No. But obviously we need to go on a field trip, Steve Migs.
Yes.
Steve, you got 6 correct, and that is a win, 6-1.
Whoa.
Next time, guys.
Yeah, next time. But on a lighter note, my daughter did graduate yesterday. So.
Congratulations.
From what school?
She graduated from, let's see, it's right here. She graduated from Discovery High School.
That is very exciting.
I do love that you didn't know the name of the high school.
because it's not like it's in South Kitsap School District, but it was an alternative school.
Gotcha.
Aha. Well, congratulations, Randy. Nice job to your daughter.
That's scary. That's scary that if you asked him beat Migs, if you said, what high school did your daughter just graduate from, he might have gotten that wrong as well.
Steve Migs, the first name of Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
Harland Sanders. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. got his PhD from Boston University.
Okay.
You were going in the right direction. The computer mouse was invented in the 60s.
The 60s.
I know. I was kind of shocked by that. And the southern state where you will find the world's only ventriloquism museum is Kentucky.
Oh, I don't really have a reason to go to Kentucky.
They have a Six Flags in Louisville.
Now we have 2 reasons to go to Kentucky.
The Daily Migs Show.
Migs, I don't know what's going on, but you're telling me that we have some big news happening right
We've
now.
got some breaking news. Earlier you mentioned you were scared of snakes, and I said, well, what if we brought someone from the zoo? Well, Farah from the Woodland Park Zoo got a hold of us because she heard about what's going on, and she has a proposal for you.
So we're going to chat with Farah, you say, from the Woodland Park Zoo?
And we're going to chat about snakes, Taryn Daly.
No, thank you. It's all happening after Guns N' Roses. Earlier this morning, it came up, I think it comes up quite a bit, that I have a fear of snakes.
Yes.
And when I was a little girl, I wasn't afraid of them, but the older I get, I feel the fear gets greater.
And so there was never like an incident, like the snake never ate your lunch
me? No.
or bit you or any, they said mean things to you.
No, I just got
made fun of your knees. None of
I
that.
just got more and more squirrely about it the older I got. And
I love this because I joked and said, hey, what if we got somebody from the zoo to come by, the Woodland Park Zoo, and come by, and if they brought snakes, would you be willing to touch it?
And I would not.
But somehow it got back to the zoo because we have somebody from the zoo that's on the phone right now.
Farah, are you there?
I am. Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate it. So, yeah, we were talking about how Taryn has a massive fear of snakes, refuses to ever touch them. I got to imagine that that's something that comes up quite a bit at the zoo. But there are people that are just, even behind a glass enclosure, my wife will not even go near a snake.
You know, I was the same way before I started working here. And, Taryn, you're not alone. That comes up all the time. But I have an idea for you. We have a team called the Ambassador Animals. And we've got some keepers that actually work with all sorts of animals, mammals, raptors, and reptiles like snakes. So I wanted to suggest that maybe we come by your studio. We're just down the street in Seattle. and we could bring some snakes with us and introduce you and try and help you conquer that fear.
What's really great, Farah, is that there's studios right next door where I could see the snakes through the glass if you did bring them here. They can be on the other side
put
of
them
the
in
glass.
put them in the men's room studio and you just look that way?
I
so
mean,
we can ease you into it. We can start outside the glass and then slowly bring them in. But I swear, these snakes, they're not out to get you. These snakes have been misunderstood, and we can come and demystify it a little bit. We'll introduce you. We'll take it slow. We'll show you, and then we'll get closer and let you touch a snake. And if you're up for it, you can hold one, but you don't have to. We'll just take it at your speed.
It's kind of like dating, you know?
I was going to say, it sounds like you're dating like back at WSU, but...
But it's snake dating instead of speed dating.
So have there been instances, though, where people have, maybe passed out or freaked out when they've been that close to a snake over at the zoo?
And not at the zoo that I've seen. I think a lot of us carry that fear. And then the more that you see these animals and you learn their names and you learn their habits and you get up close, it really builds this empathy and it changes your mind. And so, I get being afraid. I relate to it, Taryn. But if you are up for it, we'll bring a couple snakes and we'll let you see for yourself. I think that our keepers can change your mind.
Farah, my friend Steve Migs here has passed out live on the radio before. It might be the second time in the history of this radio group that it happens.
Well, do you want to test it?
Yeah.
You want to see if you can make it happen?
Sure. Let's see if I can pass out by way of snake.
You're about to pass out. Your skin complexion has turned redder
I'm
right
a little
now.
nervous.
I'll be honest with you, as much as I'm hey, it's Taryn, I'm not one to ever touch a snake either. I'm not as scared as you. But I'm also, my blood pressure's kind of rising, my heart rate is going, and we haven't even brought any snakes in here. Just the idea of touching a snake, because I don't know what that experience is like.
We're going to ease you into it. You don't have to touch it at first. We're going to introduce them. We're going to give you some fun facts. We're going to let you see them up close. And then when you're ready, you'll touch them. But I think it'll happen faster than you imagine. I think you're going to conquer this fear.
Do we need to bring mice in to feed them or something like that to kind of endear ourselves to the snakes? How does this work?
They only eat a couple times, a month. So we'll take care of that before we come.
Okay, perfect.
Who's the nutritionist that convinced them that they only need to? I need that nutritionist.
Farah, thank you so much for being willing to, help me face my fears. This is really freaking me out, but, it's for the good of the snakes and the fact that they are a little bit misunderstood.
Are you up for it? Should we come later this week?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll put you on hold. Maybe we could get you in tomorrow morning around this time. I think that would be perfect, just to see how this goes. I mean, will you hold a snake?
No.
So you just want to look at the snake?
I will exist in the same room as the snake, for sure. But I don't know if holding sounds like that's above my pay grade.
So you're going to make these nice people over at the Woodland Park Zoo, the ambassadors, come here, and you're not going to touch the snake?
Maybe with one finger.
You know what? Let's do it anyway.
Okay.
Because I want to I don't have a fear, but I'm a little skittish, and I want to conquer that. Danny, are you up for touching a snake?
No.
Oh, great.
But I will also exist in the same room as a snake.
This was going to be the most awkward experience ever then. So I look forward to meeting you.
I look forward to meeting you. I'm going to bring my friends Kat and Alyssa, and you're going to love it. It's going to be great.
Awesome. Thank you, Farah. Appreciate you.
All right. See you tomorrow.
I guess we're doing it tomorrow. That's awesome. Yeah, let's make it happen.
We're doing it.
Bye.
Bye. Tomorrow you're going to do it.
I don't know what it is, Steve. I'm not holding a snake.
No, but they sound very nice.
I know. I will put one finger
Not the snake.
on...
Farah sounds nice.
She does.
Yeah.
I will put one finger on one scale.
That's it.
On the tail.
So if they said, hey, you could hold it or wrap it around your neck or none of that.
I don't want to. I'm scared.
That's how you conquer fears. You got to face them head on. You too, Danny. We're all touching snakes.
That's okay.
Weird. I got an email from HR.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
The Daily Migs Show.
Do you think you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? If you prove that to us, we're going to hook you up with tickets to the Lane Staley tribute concert, and that's going to be featuring Jar of Flies at the Neptune Theater on August 23rd. Call 206-803-ROCK right now if you would like to play Hook or Shook at 920.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
It's time for Hook or Shook, the game with absolutely no integrity. We'll play 1 second of a hook from a song, then you have to guess what it is. We'll bend the rules, pull out all the stops, and do anything to help you win. But you might just get shook, as one of us will play too and possibly cost you the game.
This week, we are playing for tickets to the Lane Staley tribute concert featuring Jar of Flies, and that is going down at the Neptune Theater on August 23rd. Our contestant today is McCall in Bellevue. Good morning, McCall.
Good morning.
We're going to give this wheel a spin and see if you will be playing with me or Migs.
All right. There goes the wheel. It's currently on me. It's now on T-Dog. Will it stay on T-Dog? The answer is yes.
You and me, McCall.
All right, let's go.
All right, here is your clip.
Sorry.
Can you play it again?
I can totally help you.
Okay, I think I need it.
So the title of the song is another word for a leap.
Jump.
Yes. And
now I just have to get the band.
The band featured the vocals of two different individuals. One of them was Sammy Hagar, and the other one was David Lee Roth. Sometimes if you are in a band, you might travel from gig to gig in a...
Oh, Van Halen.
We got one down, McCall.
We're halfway there. Living on a prayer.
All right, Danny, I'm ready for my clip. Oh, that would be Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd.
Wait, McCall, I feel like you knew that one.
Yeah, I did right away.
It's always that
Who
way.
doesn't know Freebird? Come on.
Shout out to our buddy Jose.
This is his jam.
This is his jam. PR guy for Walter Jones and many other great people.
Well, McCall, congratulations. We are sending you to the Lane Staley tribute concert featuring Jar of Flies at the Neptune Theater on August 23rd.
Awesome.
Have a great day.
I got to MC that event last year, by the way.
Yes.
It was so much fun, and the place was packed out. I just love the Neptune Theater and think it's so cool that we have some of those insanely historic buildings here in Seattle. Just so much fun.
When they switched it to being like a concert venue, not just like, because I remember this makes me feel old, but I remember when it was a movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, kids, the Neptune Theater was a movie theater. But man, I've seen so many great bands, including the Hold Steady, which is a band I love, and 21 Pilots before they blow up even as big. You know, now they're an arena band.
That's crazy.
But I remember seeing them on their tour where they did the Neptune Theater, and it was one of the best concerts I've ever seen. So yeah, any show there, it sounds great. Like you said, it's just a cool energy in that room just because of how old that building is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, that's going to be a fun one. The Lane Staley Tribute Concert, August 23rd.
The Daily Migs Show.
If we've talked about something this morning that you would like to chat with us about, go ahead, call in now. 206-803-ROCK. We will check in with the Rockaholics after Van Halen.
Oh, yes.
All morning, we've received some great texts and great phone calls from you, but we haven't had the chance to get to everybody yet. But right now, we are checking in with the Rockaholics, so please do call up if you'd like to chime in on anything from the show today, or if you have something on your mind to discuss with us. 206-803-ROCK. Earlier this morning, Steve, we got into a great conversation about the strange or crazy things you woke up to. And this was all inspired by you nearly choking to death at the dentist's office yesterday.
I fell asleep while I was having my crack in my tooth filled and fixed and all that. And I woke up as I guess I snored and inhaled the water that they were doing to clean. And then the little mouth gap block thing that they put in my mouth fell into my mouth. And then, I could have died.
You're lucky to be here with us this morning.
I feel blessed to live another day.
So we have a couple folks on hold right now that want to talk about the crazy or strange things that they woke up to. One person, it involves an ex and a weapon.
Okay.
But first, we're going to chat with Louie in Seattle. Louie, what is the crazy or strange thing that you woke up to?
Oh, I went to the Tri-Cities boat races one year and was partying, got all drunk, and nightfall came and I kind of got lost and disoriented, and I was walking around and stepped in a hole and lost one of my flip-flops and just kind of figured that, I was too wasted to go on, so I just passed out on the grass. And like I said, it was nightfall and dark out. Woke up the next kind of early in the morning. It was still dark out, and I had slugs all over my back.
Oh, hard pass, man.
Awful. Were you did you have a shirt on, or were you shirtless?
No, all I had on was just shorts and baseball hat and sunglasses and flip flops. And never did get the flip flop back, so I was barefoot the rest of the weekend, which pretty much sucked.
That makes me think of.
You know how hot it is over there.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I know leeches are slugs are different than leeches, but it makes me think of that scene. Remember in Stand By Me?
Oh God,
leeches.
No, thank you to the slugs.
That might be one of the more horrific scenes in any movie I've ever witnessed.
Just terrible.
Right? Yeah. Makes you never want to jump into like a water that's not a pool.
Nope.
Yeah.
206-803-ROCK. Andy from Tumwater, you have a story about the crazy or strange thing that you woke up to. Tell us about it.
Oh, boy, do I. Okay, so I was dating this girl, or kind of just hooking up or whatever, but after about the third or fourth time I stayed the night, you know how you get that eerie feeling like someone's staring at you when you're asleep?
Yes.
Okay, so I opened my eye, and she's holding a butcher knife standing at the door.
And who was it?
Staring at me. There was a girl I was messing around with.
Okay, I'd rather wake up with a slug on me than that, I'd say.
No, absolutely. But the thing is, she just kind of had this glazed over look, and then she just casually walks away. So I gather up my stuff and I bolt out the house. Well, I talked to her sister the next day, and it turns out that she was severely bipolar and paranoid schizophrenic.
Oh my gosh.
So that relationship pretty much got 86 right then and there.
But the sex was probably amazing.
Without question.
It wasn't as bad as that, but I told you the story of the time where I woke up and he said, do you ever feel like someone's staring at you? That happened. It was with an ex. And I remember I woke up and the room was dark because this is when I lived in Wallingford and none of us had keys to the house. There was like 18 billion of us living in this house at the time. I was living for like $100 and something a month. And it was my ex was in the room with me, sitting down, just staring at me. And I'm like, and I wake up and I'm like, there's someone in the room. And she's like, I think I'm pregnant. And
oh, God.
You know what? Actually, looking back, I would have rather had a butcher knife. She wasn't.
Oh, no.
Thanks for the update. Well, as soon as it happened, I'm like, we're going to Wallingford. We're going to the Wallingford QFC, and we're getting a pregnancy test.
But I bet the sex was great.
She was pretty cool.
206-803-ROCK. We are checking in with the Rockaholics right now.
We've gotten a bunch of text messages. I wish I saw Miles popped in for a half a second. I should have grabbed him because we've gotten so many text messages from people who had a great time at the Miles Montgomery Golf Tournament, which, yes, that was a great time. But a few people brought up, can we please talk about the hole-in-one? We mentioned it earlier. But that was one of the coolest things. Unfortunately, we didn't see it live.
No.
We saw it on social media, and if you missed it, this is the moment when a guy at Miles' golf tournament standing on a toilet bowl. Paint the picture for everybody.
He was standing on top of a toilet seat, leaned over, driving the ball down the fairway, and ended up with a hole-in-one.
And this was at the Heckle Hole, which is like insanity's happening at the Heckle Hole. That basically Ted and Thrill are heckling people,
blasting Nerf guns,
and then there happens just to be a random toilet bowl right next to the where you drive the ball.
Unreal.
And here's that moment.
There's no way you don't fall.
Go for it.
Oh!
Right down the fairway.
First of all, I love Ted's expression. Oh! And now you'll hear as people start dropping expletives, they realize that ball isn't just getting close to the hole, but it's going in hole in one. I love that guy. No effing way. And everybody's hugging. Like, this is like this guy just won $1 million.
And now we have the man,
Good
the myth,
morning.
the legend with us.
God.
The one whose name is on the tournament, Miles Montgomery.
You could hear the roar of that crowd.
Bro.
At CenturyLink, when that guy hit that hole-in-one, I mean, I thought the entire golf course blew up.
Were you standing there when it happened?
I was right beside that hole. So I was there all day at 16, and I was playing with each individual team. I got one shot. And, I mean, I see Ted jump up and down. And he was hot. And, Steve's losing his mind. And I don't even think Steve pays attention to anything.
No.
I mean, ever.
No.
Like we hold his hand and walk in places. And
thank God
he
Mike
saw
is
it.
filming it.
Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely awesome.
What are the odds?
It was a great day. It really was. Thank you guys for coming out early, man, and doing that.
We had so much fun.
Walked in today real quick, and there's no one here.
No, everybody's hungover.
We are professionals. Just remember that. We go have fun, and we get the job done, but we show up to work, right?
Our boss canceled our usual meeting.
I know, like all the things. Like, now we're here.
Dude, that was so much fun. I can't wait for next. We got to do another one, right?
I'm hoping so. Everyone said they had a blast. I did zero complaints. I mean, everyone's like, this is awesome.
Can I ask a random question of you, Miles? Because I know you play in a lot of these golf tournaments. Are they typically named after someone who is still alive, or are a lot of the?
No, they're all dead. I mean, I mean,
like
you know me.
You
know me.
I'm
in bed by 8:30. I don't have a life. I eat oatmeal. I mean, I'm right there.
It was a love fest, man. So how do we get this footage in the hands of like ESPN and Barstool Sports?
That's what I was kind of trying to noodle through last night too.
Right.
Like, this is something that like people need to see this.
Yes.
They just need to see what happened. So, yeah, we got to get that done.
And it's on the men's room social media. It's on the KSWs as well, but just look on Instagram. You'll find the video of it. It's phenomenal.
The Daly Migs Show.
We're going to be heading from the golf course to the Mariners game next week. Wednesday, June 18th is the date, and it's a Red Sox game that day, which is always a good time. We've got the hookup on discounted tickets, and you can snag yours at KISW.com. We really cannot say thank you enough to everyone who joined us yesterday for the Miles Montgomery Golf Classic. An absolute blast. And one of the big highlights, obviously, or maybe the biggest highlight, was watching that guy hit a hole-in-one off of a toilet seat on the Heckle hole.
I said that was number one. Number two, we're getting hand rolls over at the Trapper Sushi hole because they were set up making sushi for people who wanted them.
That was so fantastic.
Yes.
Another core highlight, though, first of all, none of us are golfers in this room.
At all.
But Danny decided to literally take a swing at it, and this is what happened.
Do you like how I messaged or said many times I want to try this and everyone just left?
Yeah, you're not
You're
using
like, you can't.
You can't touch our
You're like, no, Danny, you're not touching our clubs. There's golf clubs right here. Do it. I bet there's a ball in the bag.
I think this is the driver.
Yeah, we had no idea whose bag this was. I'm just like, do it.
I also, Steve, just the instigator.
Come on.
Get in there.
They're not going to mind.
You can drive, right?
I might hit somebody if I try.
You definitely would.
You're not going to get the ball that far.
Yes, I am. I bet you $100 I won't.
Are you having flashbacks to Danny in the batting cage right now? Because I am.
Okay. You might not even hit the ball. I bet you won't even hit the ball. So then we get the ball all set up, and he's got a club. And spoiler alert, I'm glad I didn't agree to that $100 bet.
No.
Do you think he's going to hit it?
I think he's going to get it halfway.
Halfway? Do you think he's going to get it?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't think he's going to hit it at all. Here we go.
Oh, what did I tell you?
What? Danny! You did it! Let's go! Miles, what do you think?
That was amazing. I mean, to not play golf and to do that, and to still listen to Green Day. I mean, all those things.
Wasn't that awesome?
Danny's a natural.
Miles was so impressed. I think that must have been like a dad being impressed by his kid for like the first time ever.
Dude, he gave me a hug.
He did.
I was like, wow. That must have really impressed him.
I've worked with Miles for over 20 years now. He has yet to hug me.
That's fair.
Good job, Danny.
The Daily Migs Show.
A man got himself arrested because, well, he thought he was going to get more than just a dance at a gentleman's club. You're going to hear what happened during the Daily Migs download after Foo Fighters.
A hand roll.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And Taryn Daly, let's go back in time to many, many years ago. Back in time to 1999.
Ooh.
Do you remember this song?
No sex in the champagne room. No sex in the champagne room. No sex in the champagne room. No sex in the champagne room.
Okay, apparently based on how you're dancing and how you're moving, you do remember the Chris Rock classic.
Yes.
Well, apparently some guy who's 21 years old, granted it was a little bit before his time, apparently does not remember that song because there is no sex in the champagne room, but he thought there was going to be, and he was arrested because he went to a place called Oz Gentlemen's Club. This happened in Florida. He's 21. He called 911 and said that he requested sex from a staff member and gave them $300. But when they took him to the private room and did not have sex with him, he was very upset about that. So he called the cops.
Oh, no.
Now, $300 is the price of their 30-minute VIP champagne room experience, or they call it package.
Of course they do.
No sex in the champagne room. So, well, the cops show up. He was drunk. Turned out he just turned 21 last week, so I think he was partying a little bit too hard, so they arrested him for misusing 911 and also released him the same day for $500 bail.
Also, I'm very curious, what does $300 for 30 minutes get you in the VIP champagne room?
It doesn't get you this.
Champagne room. No sex in the champagne room. Absolutely positive. No sex in the champagne room.
The Florida Panthers dominated the Edmonton Oilers last night.
I believe they had sex with them in the champagne room.
Definitely did. It was
What the hell?
6-1. I mean, they just ran off with it. It was ugly. Game 3 of the Stanley Cup final. Game 4 is happening this Thursday.
They truly outplayed them. That was not a good game.
It was very disappointing.
Hopefully
no one was more disappointed than my son Barrett, who now is an Oilers fan.
Apparently Tatum, also an Oilers fan, because she thought the goalie's helmet was cooler.
Well, she's right. The helmet is way cooler.
Hey, speaking of hockey, the Seattle Kraken, they did welcome their brand new coach yesterday with a press conference. Lane Lambert, the new coach of your Seattle Kraken. Last thing he did as far as a coach, he was the assistant coach, associate coach with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And during the press conference, he talked about how excited he is to be coaching here in the Pacific Northwest.
I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to set up roots in Seattle here, and my wife and I get involved in the community. The fan support, the fan base is phenomenal. Standing behind the visitors' bench and watching the passion and the volume of the crowd, I can't wait to do it as a home coach. Really looking forward to. So thank you very much.
Let's go, Lane.
Yeah.
Is this going to be our year?
Well, it's so funny. I told my wife, like, oh, they got a new coach. I was showing her something, and she's like, do they get a new coach every year? I'm like, it kind of feels that way. Yeah, they had one coach for a couple of seasons, and then since then, 3 coaches in 3 years.
It's hard times in Seattle, man.
I hope this is the guy. I'm skeptical, but
sure.
Let's hope it's better than last year, at least. As far as weather, we're in the high of 79 degrees. It's going to be sunny. The DMD is brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Oh, the Mariners lost yesterday, but they're back at it against the Arizona Diamondbacks today, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with the Morning 12 Pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed. Yeah, a.k.a. Uriner Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Well, we'll work on that.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a